What's going on YouTube? It's been my first video in probably a year here. Decided to make another video. It's been a while because I'm in the military now, so it's kind of hard to make videos, try to find time for it. I got out of collecting jerseys for a little bit. I wanted to focus on other things. I've kind of gotten back into it a little bit here. Made a couple purchases recent times, and I was actually cleaning out my room here. It's just a little messy going on over here. Cleaning out my room, and going through all my jerseys, and I was like, oh man, I haven't made a video in forever, so figured better late than never, I guess. So like I said, it's my first video in about a year, so give me a break here. How well I do. We'll start it off. We'll go ahead and get it kicked off. Just a FYI, some of these, actually, I think about most of these are going to be enforcer jerseys. That's recently what I've been trying to get into collecting is enforcer jerseys. I feel like it's like a lost art in hockey. You know, fighting's been so limited. I mean, it still happens. It's all, staged fights. It's not like it used to be where you used to just sit there and wait for certain games for the heavyweight matchup or something. So I feel like it's what makes the sport unique. Unfortunately, it's kind of faded away. Games gotten faster, less need of enforcers or goons, whatever you want to call them. So, nonetheless, we'll kick it off. This first one isn't an enforcer jersey, though. I actually picked it up because I found it at a good price, and it's also my favorite goaltender of all time. With the Mighty Ducks logo, some of you might know. He was a Conn Smythe winner back in, 2003, even though they lost in the finals there. So this is a replica. I've been trying to collect authentics lately because it's just better quality. And if I'm going to have an enforcer jersey, why not have the fight strap with it to go with it? So, like I said, starting off at the Mighty Ducks old, this would be their, at the time, I want to say this was their home jersey still. So, if it was a Conn Smythe winner from the Mighty Ducks, some of you might guess. It's going to be J.S. Giguère, the 35 there. Mighty Ducks patch. Actually, I like the addition of these patches. It really made it a little bit better. I have another Mighty Ducks jersey later on in this video that y'all will get to see. This is a replica, so on the Mighty Ducks replicas, the main crest isn't as big. The main crest will actually extend like all the way down to here or something like that. You'll see it here in a bit. Just a replica. Back here. There you go, Giguère 35, no fight strap. Got the nameplate up here. Got the three-layer stitching on the, let me get the focus here. Been a while since I used the camera too. There you go. Got the three-layer stitching right here. Don't mind my nail. I know it's ugly. Fell off. I smashed it into a seat of a vehicle. That's what I do. I drive vehicles for the Marine Corps. So, three-layer stitching. This is a good replica. Stitching goes all the way to the back too. You can kind of see it. Actually, take that back. It is actually heat pressed on there, so I'll have to get that actually stitched on eventually for my guy who does up all the jerseys. CCM shell. It's a good jersey. I like it. It's nice to wear around. Next coming up, you may have seen from my last videos, I had a Dino Ciccarelli Tampa Bay Lightning Storm authentic, or no, not authentic. I take that back. Storm replica. The authentics are really hard to get for these, and if you do happen to stumble across, I've stumbled across a couple, haven't made the purchase on them because they're running about $500 to $700, and I don't feel like tossing that money out for a jersey. But this one is a Darcy Tucker. Got the 1999 All-Star Game patch on there. My jersey guy was kind enough to actually stitch this on, so that's actually stitched on. Most up because it's just going to be heat pressed on. There you go, stitched on there. Got the A up here for the alternate captain's logo. There you go. God, that nail is such a damn eyesore. Flip it over to the back here. The nameplate isn't the one it's supposed to be. The nameplate is a twill nameplate, but on the actual jerseys it's supposed to be a an air knit. So it's the same material as this. It'll just be an air knit nameplate up there. But those are kind of hard to find. In order to do that, really, with these jerseys, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get like another one of these, let's say probably size small or something, blank, and then you're gonna have to just cut out the material and make a nameplate out of it. You got the electric font there, bullets going down the side, waves at the bottom. 1/6. I wouldn't consider Darcy Tucker probably an enforcer, more of an agitator, but he still brought some grit to the Lightning, so I like it. I wear this jersey pretty much every Lightning game I go to, although I haven't been recently because I'm stationed out here in North Carolina now, no longer in Tampa. Every game I go to, I'll always wear the Storm jerseys because not many of them around. Up next, got the St. Louis Blues old home jerseys. A lot of people didn't like these once they switched over, adding the red and more was a prominent color. That's what I was looking for, prominent color to the color scheme there. But this is a 52 starter. Got the St. Louis Blues logo. Something a lot of people don't know about the logo on these jerseys is, if you look actually, it's got 3 layers, but that third layer right there, that's not actually stitching. It's like a screen print that they put below it, which, I mean, I'm not sure why they did that, but I mean, the Blues did it, so why not? This is a really thick material jersey. This is really old from back in the day, so it's really thick. It knows like how thick the collar is. Flip it over to the back, since I'm collecting Enforcer jerseys. Some of you may already know this, who wore this jersey, Tony Twist. Fortunately, his career got cut short due to a motorcycle accident, but he was a really good enforcer back in the day. Always fight. This is a starter. It's the only starter jersey I actually own. It's my first starter authentic. The starter replicas really aren't that great. I mean, if you really want to go for it, for the 90s nostalgia there, go ahead and get a starter replica, but the quality isn't as good. Everything's stitched on, but the stitching for it is just really bubbly looking, like it wasn't pressed before the starter company sewed it down. It was made in Korea, I think they were. Or you get a couple different countries that they were made in. But got the fight strap and everything. You can see it there, fight strap. So that's good. Another unique thing about this jersey is you can kind of notice it when you get back from a distance here. The name, or not the name, excuse me, the numbers are at an angle to go with the lines there on the bottom. It's supposed to be like a, what's it called? Whatever the music notes go on. I'm not a musical person, so I apologize that it's not that. I don't know the technical term for it, but there's that one. We got another one, another Lightning Storm authentic, or Lightning Storm replica, another replica, excuse me. This one's just blank, but I do have plans for this one. I'm going to make it a Enrico Ciccone jersey. Some of you may know him back in the day. He didn't play in too many games, but he brought some grit to any team he went to. Enrico Ciccone, you can look some of his videos up on YouTube, it's pretty good. Again, you got the bolt going down, the waves to the bottom. Nothing special about that one. Up next, this one, I don't have a name on it yet, but I'm going to put Bob Probert on this one. It's a Chicago Blackhawks old away jersey. It's made by Nike. This is the only Nike jersey I own. And I'm really pleased with the quality of it. I actually just got this one in. So you see the Nike 52 Center Ice Authentic. And a reason I was waiting to buy a Blackhawks jersey, I love the jersey. It's a really classic jersey. You got the stripes on the side. It's just a really sharp looking jersey. They're never going to change it. If they do, then Chicago's retarded. But we all know they're never going to change it. But with the premier jerseys or the replicas, you won't see this. But with the authentics, you will. Some people have noticed it. If you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, I'm sure you've noticed it before. How you like the different uniqueness of the crest. Some of you might be able to see it now that it almost looks kind of shiny. But the reason for that is, if you look at the stitching there, it's a technique called chain stitching. It's supposed to take more time and more money, so a lot of teams don't do it, but the Blackhawks have always had it. Or they switched to it back in like the early 50s or 60s, something like that. And they've stuck with it ever since because it's unique. So the Hawks have actually stuck with it. You can tell it's in the feathers, the hair there. And then on the face, on the brown part, it's not chain stitching, but like all the facial features. I want to say there's a dimple there, I guess. You got the eye up there. You got the face paint, the nose, the mouth. So all that is chain stitching. When you go up to the shoulder patches up here as well, you'll also notice the chain stitching. Let's see if I can get the shoulder patch out for you here. There we go. Chain stitching on the shoulder patch looks nice on the tomahawks and the C. So it looks pretty good. I was very impressed with it actually because I've never actually seen it in person. So I thought that was very cool looking. Flipped over to the back. Again, it's blank, but I should be hopefully sending it out this week. Got the Nike logo there at the bottom. Old NHL crest with the brown and black instead of the silver and black like they do now. Outline of the fight strap there. Go inside here. Got the fight strap. Let's zoom it out for you. There you go. Fight strap, which is cool. So like I said, it's going to be a Bob Probert. Here was the Bolts alternate jersey that they currently have. This one, I got it when I got back from boot camp. And the reason I got the replica was they didn't have the authentics out at the time because the jersey was still new to that year. So they hadn't started making the authentics yet. This one I got, unfortunately, he got, funny story, he got traded about, I want to say 3 or 4 days later after I didn't bought the jersey, so I was kind of ticked about that, but it's a Radko Gudas jersey. He's on the Flyers now. He got injured, I think, the day before I went to the game I was going to go see him at. So, he got injured. Number 7, Gudas got the, I'm not sure what nameplate this is. I think it's tackle and twill nameplate, or twill nameplate. But, yeah, Gudas, it's coming off a little bit up here because it's a replica, so you know they aren't as good of quality as the Authentics, unfortunately. But I like the 7. It's got the triple layer stitching on it. There you go. And the middle one's kind of shiny on the silver. I wish they still had the, it was like a glitter looking or sparkly silver that they used to have back in the jerseys. I wish they still had that in there, but they don't, unfortunately. No victory stripes on this one. You might have seen it. If anybody didn't know, on the Tampa Bay Lightning jerseys, when the stripes that are on the underarms, on the older ones, were called victory stripes, but they don't use them anymore, unfortunately. I don't know why. It was something unique about the jersey that I used to like. But Lightning are trying to go for a more traditional look here. So this one, even though it's not an authentic, it's still an enforcer jersey. He never wore it in game when he was playing during his NHL career, but he does wear it now when he goes to like old timer games or Canadian alumni games. He's probably my favorite player of all time. Chris Nilan, I'll show you on the back here. He sent it out to me. I bought it off his website. He contacted me. He sent it out to me. Autographed it and everything too. So I try not to wear this one too much. You got Nilan up there, 30. And then if you go to the side here, you got his autograph. Chris Nilan right there, and then you got Knuckles. His nickname was Knuckles Nilan back in the day, for some of you who don't know. This is just a premier jersey. I wear it every once in a while, but like I said, I don't wear it too often because it's got the signature, so I try to keep that intact. This one has a lot more sentimental value to me than all the other jerseys. Up next is the last jersey, actually. Like I was saying earlier, the Mighty Ducks logo on the Authentics is a lot bigger. And this is the really older one. This was from when they were out there when they very first began. It's the old puffed out logo. Let me get to the side here. You might be able to see the puffiness of it. There you go. See how it's kind of puffed out there. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to get rid of this video up. The battery's dying on the camera, unfortunately. Yo, what's up, dude? So there's that jersey, and then on the back you got Stu Grimson. Stu Grimson number 32. It's got the fight strap in it as well. Got there, and you can see it's stitched there in the back, so that's pretty cool. Got the numbers on the side. This one did not have the shoulder patches at the time, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim shoulder patches, but that's the last jersey. And then something cool, it's not a jersey, but this is a game-used Chris Nilan stick. You can see it here. And by sheer wood, I had to tape it because it's broken, actually, because it was game-used. Made in Canada. This says Featherlight on here. Featherlight. Got Chris Nilan right there on the shaft. And then his name for marking it on the benches. So that's pretty much it for the jerseys. I'm gonna collect it over there. I said that's pretty much it. There's not too much more I got. Hopefully I'll get some more in the future for y'all. So just check back in.